Go to the Harbor One hotline. Lawrence Guy, good now afternoon.
Oh.
How are you, sir?
I'm no good in yourself.
We're about as good as we could be, friend. And man, what a difference a win makes. Does it feel like the pressure bubble that was maybe on top of you guys has kind of burst with that win on Thursday night?
No, I just feel like it's always a good feeling after a win, no matter what record it is. Media is easier. Everything's a little bit easier coming in on a win coming into a week.
You know what? I would say that out of all the guys we hear and we talk to, I would say, like, you're the one guy, and maybe because you're older, that just has handled it the best. I mean, and that's my own opinion based on your attitude, your perspective on things. So I would think that you would celebrate the most after a win like that. So explain to me what that plane ride home was.
What was that plane ride home? Geez. I can't really remember.
Oh, so it was that good, huh?
If one knows, I skimmed through some movies. I was watching a movie called Old Dad. But, like when you have a night game like that in Pittsburgh, it's a great environment to play in. I love playing that team at nighttime there. But the win is so good when you get on the flight. You don't have to be like, man, what do my kids want to say in the morning? When I wake them up for school, it's just one of those things that it's just a little bit more fun about it.
Can you get through a whole movie?
Can
you get through a whole movie on a flight from Pittsburgh? You did, huh?
You know me, I'll skim through some parts.
Oh, you will?
I'll do that like TikTok movie thingy. So you know how in TikTok you can watch movies in parts? I got that. If I feel like the part's boring, I'm just going to skim through it unless it's a really good movie. I'm just going to go to all the good parts. I just watched The House of Usher like that.
Really? You're talking about these movies I've never heard
No, but
of.
one of the things that we learned about Lawrence is that he likes his cinema. He definitely will watch movies.
Okay.
And I know that for those that are in that world, maybe our friend Rich Keefe, the host of the Dork Podcast, a lot of movie talk there. Lawrence is very aware of that and videos and like movies and all that kind of stuff. So this is a worldly gentleman we're talking to here.
So Old Dad, thumbs up or thumbs down?
I will say it has some good funny parts in it. You just gotta watch it because if you're not older and you ain't from the 90s or the 80s, you won't get the movie.
Okay.
Got it. So, Lawrence, I do have to ask you this. Did you see your head coach on national television put a helmet on his head that was probably a size and a half too small on Saturday?
What, wasn't that the helmet back in that day?
I think so, but I would have thought there might have been a bigger one for Coach Belichick. It looked like he was really, it looked like a peewee footballer kind of jamming his head in there. I'm curious for your thoughts on not only Coach on TV, but, are you at the point with Coach to where you could be like a Mike Vrabel, one of those guys who would, maybe bust the head coach's chops a little bit because that helmet did look kind of funny on him regardless of what era it was from?
I'm at that point, but that's probably just one of his helmets out of his personal collection. I don't think he's into these new age helmets. He likes those old small ones. The ones that come with a little bit of leather. Traditional football, as they say, the real football years.
They only had thick ear pads. There was no difference in the size of the ear pads. You had to jam your face in there regardless.
So
that was like when you was a kid playing Pee-wee and you had hip pads and a tail pad, like a butt pad. Nobody wears that anymore.
I'm curious to know your opinion of these younger kids. Not so much in the pros, but I see this in college a lot. I'm not sure how much college football you watch, but it literally looks like they have shorts on with thigh pads. Their knee is totally exposed. They don't have any socks on, and it seems very dangerous. I'm curious how you would approach this to make sure they don't get hurt.
When I got in the league, we didn't wear pads in our pants, so it was a different. So this is going back to how I got in the league. We didn't wear pads in our pants. Shells days means we had shoulder pads and short pants on. That was the Shells days. Spiders and those new things that we have. So it's just common nowadays. Like I don't see no problem with it. I still don't understand why they feel like a small pad is going to help my quad or knee from saving it from getting hit with a helmet.
What about a cup? When's the last time you wore a cup?
Freshman year in high school?
Yeah.
I just think that's a thing still.
Yeah.
They still do that in hockey. Yeah, I get it in hockey, but in football, I don't think they still do that.
Yeah, I think people are amazed whenever I tell them I haven't worn a cup since I was like in Pop Warner.
That's like baseball.
Well, baseball, you're certain position, you have to wear a cup.
Yeah.
But in football, you would think you would get hit there more, but nobody ever does. Unless you're at the bottom of the pile, somebody grabs it.
You might get hit in the leg. You might get hit in the throat a little bit, but you ain't gonna get hit in the crotch much with a cup. I do remember years back a rookie coming in and putting that cup in there. Like, what do you mean? You guys don't wear this? Like, no, nobody wears a cup.
Where did he play? What school did he come from?
What position was he?
What position was he?
I'm not going to say anything because it'd be obvious as soon as I say the school. But I'm just saying he was a D lineman, and he was like, "Hey, man, I need my cup. This is what I'm used to." I think it took about a year for him to get rid of the cup. Wow. It didn't make sense.
How freeing once you finally took that thing out of there. Like, wow, this is how fast I can run? There's no chafing?
I can't imagine what it would be like to try to line up and play with it in because, like,
no way.
No, but the pads would slide around. Like, it's funny Lawrence mentioned, the whole, like, thigh pads and you had, like, the giant hip pads. Like, you put them in a girdle, right? When you were, like, a kid or whatever. And then you get less and less pads. But as soon as the cup is gone, like that you never thought about that. Like after I think you got to a certain age, if you were playing football at a relatively high level, I can't envision, like, of all the equipment that you'd want to adjust, I would feel like that would be the one that you would be constantly adjusting, like a batter at bat in a big league game. Very weird.
Right, it's just weird. Like, it's weird. It makes sense when you're younger because you're like, okay, they don't know how to tackle right. They don't know how to play the game. You might just get hit. But as you get older, it's like you're like, I don't know where you went to school, but that don't make sense why you're doing this still. Like, somebody should have told you. You could have put that away.
Yeah, somebody played a trick on him. That's right. So Lawrence, I'm curious. So obviously the Chiefs coming off a loss, lots of craziness about the guy Tony being offsides, controversy. So playing against Patrick Mahomes in this offense, they no longer have Eric Bieniemy. He's in Washington. You played against this team a lot. You understand how dangerous Patrick Mahomes is. What are some of the things that people need to know about when it comes to stopping him and slowing down this offense?
I will say the biggest thing about this offense is they work good together. If you watch their games, the route running, the continue of the route running when he extends the pocket, he's never down when you think he's down. When you see those side throws that he has, and the best thing about it is if you actually watch him play, if you watch his helmet and his eyes where he's at, he'll switch quickly to another read and just launch the ball there. And everybody knows that everybody has the opportunity to get the ball. You just got to be constantly trying to get open. And on top of that, their offensive line is good. We can't forget that Joe Tooney's there. He's been doing a great job there for the last couple of years. And you forget, right, Kelsey's just sitting there. It's always this consistency that they always have in that group. And Eddie Reed did a good job with his team overall, from on the defensive side to the offensive side, just keeping the guys together and keeping that chemistry and the traditions alive.
Lawrence Guy with Gresham Fourier here on a Patriots Monday. Patriots will play Kansas City on Sunday in Gillette Stadium. Does being a spoiler interest you at all? Is that anything that you, Lawrence Guy, want to hear about this week?
Yeah, if you knew some new movies coming out and you're going to spoil some movies, I don't have to watch some bad movies. Yeah, that interests me this week. You want to tell me something like that?
Got it. Okay, because I know there's a lot of talk about Kansas City and what they can do and can't do, and if you guys beat them, it would definitely throw a tad bit of a monkey wrench into the season. Have you been asked by people, either neighbors or maybe folks in your family, if Taylor Swift will be in the house on Sunday?
No. Nobody's asked that, but I'm pretty sure that's going to come up sooner or later, right? And it's probably going to be coming up on like Thursday or Friday. Somebody might bring that up. Like, is she coming? But who knows? Ain't that a unique situation?
Oh, you
Yeah,
bet.
for all the people who are obsessed with her, absolutely. Yes. Do you have any extra tickets?
Hold on, Lawrence. Let's just be real about this. My former NFL friend Christian Fourier believes this whole thing is a work. It was planted. It was created by the NFL and all that kind of stuff, and that there's no way that these two people could honestly be genuinely googly-eyed in love with each other.
Who knows? Like, it's a new era. You can find a lot of love off a dating app nowadays. Ooh. So it's unique. So you just never know. That's that one connection, one phone call, one hi. You can do it. If you can do it on a dating app, you can do it anywhere with anybody.
So, but he didn't really sell it the right way. What really happened? Here's what I believe, Lawrence. Here's what I believe happened.
Oh, boy.
It was a setup to get more attention and marketing for the NFL, because like even the NFL and Taylor Swift needs more attention. And then by chance they fell in love for real.
Oh yeah.
So that's what happened. So they weren't supposed to. They were both getting paid. Now they both fell. It's like a movie. This is the movie that needs to be made. How they fell in love by accident. And there's your title.
Yeah, songs in a movie. Hey, I'm telling you, it's going to be a unique thing. But yeah, you're right. Like the NFL, the TV ratings has boosted up, ticket sales has boosted up.
See?
So that is one of them, man. Like whoever put that script together is amazing. They just got a promotion for sure.
It's like the NFL. They promoted this unscripted. They were scripted the whole NFL.
Yeah.
This was the secret part.
Because I'm sure Lawrence's script for the way this year was going to go got lost in the mail before the season started.
Well, not all scripts are great.
I got it. Okay. Well, there we go. Lawrence, thank you, friend, for engaging in our silliness as you usually do. Go get him on Sunday, and hopefully we are talking to you in person next week, man. Thank you. Have a great week.
All right. You too.
There he goes.
There goes our guy, Lawrence Guy, with us on the Harbor One Hotline. I can't wait until we see him next Monday, because I have a funny feeling that the off-air reaction to that Taylor Swift silliness from you would get a different reaction than on the radio.
I don't know.
I mean,
he's pretty honest.
You're drowning on this one.
No, I'm not.
This
it's
woman,
starting to backfire on him. It's starting. They're losing.
She was there last night,
and they lost. Look at the controversial ending.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
it was in the Taylor Swift script that Ham Hands Harry, the line judge, was going to make the call in Port Kansas City.
Well, you know what's happening now. Now they don't. Kansas City fans are starting to think like she's like Jessica Simpson with Tony Romo. Like it's that type of relationship.
Tara Reid and Brady.
Oh. Hey, yeah. Let me see.
Jessica
Simpson. We didn't make the playoffs that year. That's right.
Jessica Simpson and Romo is a very good.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Like she's bad luck.
Does
she have a song about bad luck? I think I've got bad luck.
No, there's not.
I think I got bad. Oh, it's bad blood?
Yeah.
They should change it to I got bad luck. The Chiefs never win when I go.
She'd only sell, 10 million units of
they
that.
Beat the Bears when she was there.
Yeah, I don't get this at all.
If she wasn't there, that ref doesn't call offsides, and then poor Travis Kelce gets his Hall of Fame play, and it lives forever. Now you're just going to delete it like it never happened.
Tay-Tay's going to be there. And
I believe she's going to be there.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen?
What?
You're going to go home, and there's going to be an 11-year-old.
No, I've already done it. They've been politicking. They've been politicking. I've already asked Mike. There's no tickets. There's no room in the inn. I feel like, Mary and Joseph just trying to get a ticket for this
that's
little
a good comparison.
Oh, yeah, Sean McDermott's on line 1.